final half hour of Daybreak Live. We welcome our old friend J. Patrick McDonald this morning. Patrick, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning to you. It's glad to be here.
It's an honor to have you, and he's no stranger to our viewing audience. Safe Southern Dance and Performing Arts Company. They're going to be over at B.B. Comer. Actually, it's supposed to begin tonight, wasn't it?
It was, but because we've got the potential of severe weather running in, the school board asked us to postpone it, and so we will open tomorrow night. If anybody happen to have tickets, I think we've contacted everybody. But if they happen to have tickets, they can use them for any other night of the performances. Will be Friday and Saturday of this week and Friday next week at 7 p.m. And then next Saturday, the 25th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon if you don't want to drive home after dark.
The Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Talk about it.
Wizard of Oz, it's classic.
I mean, remember this when I was a kid.
Well,
man.
you know, it's probably before you were a kid. Movie came out way back yonder in '39, and the musical is based, it's an 80s musical that was based on the movie heavily. The music it comes out of the movie, so if you are familiar with the movie, you're going to recognize a lot of the tunes, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz and Yellow Brick Road. And we've got some delightful characters. I mean, we've got Shailene Vick, who's playing Dorothy. Her brother Michael is playing Scarecrow, and both of them are just turning in phenomenal performances. We've got Tin Man, if you know Phil Cosper here in town.
Oh, yeah.
He is our Tin Man, and then we're platooning in Cowardly Lion. We've got two people playing Cowardly Lion, Keegan Messer and Anna Poe, and and we are deep top to bottom on this show as far as talent goes. So I can't go through the whole cast list. You can go to sdpac.net and see the cast list, and if you want to see if somebody you know is in it.
Like a lot of local talent.
It is. We've got the cream of the crop for this one, and it's going to be a show unlike anything we've done before. We've really focused on very serious acting, not necessarily serious shows. We've had some comedies. But this one is almost pure children's theater. I mean, I don't want to drive the adults away. I want the adults to come. But it's a different theater experience. It's a different way you prepare for it because it was written as a children's book. It was always produced as a children's show. And so when we began working on this, we decided that we would work it as a children's theater. So there's a lot of playing to the audience and a lot of audience involvement for the show.
So for people who do not know, possibly, Patrick, explain The Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz is about a Kansas farm girl who grows up in this grayish world and just wishes that she could get out over the rainbow, get out somewhere outside of Kansas. She just wants to run away from home.
Great dream, right?
You know, and there are a lot of times we find ourselves discontent at home, and so then through the miracle of a tornado, her house gets lifted up and dropped into this magical land of Oz, where she meets talking things that shouldn't talk, a scarecrow that shouldn't talk, and a man who's made completely out of tin, and a lion who is scared of his own shadow, and all of these things. And she has to go on a quest to find the Wizard of Oz to be able to get back to Kansas.
To say the least, this is an educational production, isn't it?
It is. It's got a lot of elements to it. There's a lot of debrief that the teachers can do. We do have school shows next week. I think we still have slots on the 22nd and 23rd. That's Wednesday and Thursday. Sorry, I had to think about the dates. Yeah. And so if any teachers are interested in bringing their classes, invite them to call Miss Amy or Miss Mary Love at 256-245-1669, and they can set you up for a field trip for your class next week, next week.
The cast, I know they're excited about the presentation.
Oh yeah, we were a little disappointed, but you know, you can't fight the weather.
Yeah.
We didn't want to become the real Kansas. So
Absolutely.
So, you know, in the middle of the show, it'd be horrible for a real twister to show up. So we decided it's the best for all of our patrons, but we have been working on this since mid-November. We began working music, and music and choreography have been done all the way up through, and then we started blocking at the first of the year.
When the cast was chosen, what goes into selection of the cast?
Well, we're looking for people who fit the roles, but not necessarily the roles as they've always been played. I'm looking for somebody who can play the role the best, who comes to the auditions and can really show us something that is exciting about the role. And so, like I said, we've got a fabulous cast for this one. Some of the physical comedy that you see, a lot of the gags. There are delights in this that I won't even spoil for you, that are happening sometimes even away from the main action. You have just little things that are happening in the background to delight the audience.
It's a quick moving production.
It is very fast, and so it seems like there's always a song going on. And always a dance. We've got one of the really fun ones that I had never heard because it was cut from the movie musical, is a song called Jitterbug, and it is a frenetic dance. You've got them all up there, and they're moving every limb and really going hard. The actors have been really, really good sports about getting that choreography under their feet, and it's fantastic, and it's a song that you're going to go out humming as you leave.
It all begins tomorrow night.
Yes, tomorrow night, B.B. Comer High School.
Yeah, and what a great facility it is to have a production.
It is.
That.
We really appreciate our partnership with them.
Yeah. So we got what, 5 shows?
We'll have 4 public shows now, and then 4 school shows.
Okay. Now, you just don't put something like this together just on a whim. There's a lot of thought, a lot of writing, a lot of people who are involved in it, and it takes a lot of money too. So we thank our sponsors. Don't we?
Absolutely. We started planning this show over a year ago. We started acquiring the license for it, and we do thank all of our sponsors, the Alabama Arts Alliance, the Alabama License Tag Division. So to support the arts license tags, that money's coming back to this community, and we encourage people to go out and put those on your cars and support the arts here. The Alabama State Council on the Arts has, for the second year, given us grants to help produce our season and make sure that our ticket costs will cover our costs. The Heritage South Credit Union, NEMAC, Bluebell Creameries, Skelton Heating and Coolings, Chick-fil-A of Sylacauga, Hendrickson Properties, Camellia Homes, Greystone Orthodontics, and Family Eye Care of Sylacauga are all season sponsors for us this year. We're really excited to have them.
The Wizard of Oz coming up beginning tomorrow night, 17th, 18th, and 24th, 7 o'clock, with a matinee at 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. I remember, Patrick, those movie matinees years ago. This is going to be one of those.
Yeah, it'll be just like going into the movies and sitting down and watching the silver screen, except the characters can come out and meet you afterward.
Yeah, and you're always looking for new actors and actresses, too.
Absolutely. We love it when people in our audiences get inspired to come and audition for the next show.
Does that happen?
It does. Our school shows probably more because adults, they have set lives, they have set things that they're doing. But there are a lot of adults who come in and they say, "Oh, well, I saw you and I saw this last performance you did," and we have just been able to acquire more and more talented individuals to work with us. And one of the greatest compliments we can get as a program is that we have actors that are coming back show after show and auditioning. So, the fact that we can keep the talent and produce new talent and train and do all these things, that's what we are. We're a music theater education program. And so if I can teach somebody how to go on stage and be a character, that's exactly what I want to do.
And a lot of especially kids nowadays, I mean, they're just multi-talented,
They are. A lot of kids have music lessons. They they're very literate. They can read. They've seen a lot of acting over time, and I think the biggest shock to them is how much work it is. Because it looks like it's so easy and effortless, and it takes a lot of work to be effortless. You have to go out there and you have to do a lot of practice and a lot of repetitions, and there are sometimes you just, it feels like work sometimes, but honestly, it's the best feeling when you stand up there and people are applauding your efforts.
I always love to get applause, right?
Absolutely.
J. Patrick McDonald, director of The Wizard of Oz from Safe Southern Dance and Performing Arts Company. And So let's get the tickets. How do we get them?
Okay, you can go online to sdpac.net. That's sdpac.net. At the very top of the page, there's a link to click on for Wizard of Oz tickets. You can also call the office at 256-245-1669. Talk to Miss Amy and Miss Mary Love there, and they will hook you up with tickets as well. There will be tickets at the door available for, I think, all the shows, so you can come on and just buy at the door also. But if you want to guarantee a seat, the best way to go is online.
Yeah, and a lot of people are they're busy. They got a lot of things going on. So how long is the show?
The show will be about 2 hours, 15 plus a 15-minute matinee or 15-minute intermission. So about 2.5 hours total.
Okay. So make sure you get your tickets and be a part of the Wizard of Oz. So what's next?
Next up, we've got a summer show that will be, I'll be co-directing with my son, Joseph. If anybody saw Hunchback, he was Quasimodo in that.
Pushed out, Patrick.
Well, and that's a beautiful thing because I love succession planning. And we're training people. We'll be doing Our Town this summer. The details will be coming out in the next month. As far as auditions and performance dates and locations, we're still working out all those venue details now.
So we may have grandparents or parents or kids getting ready for school. What direction they need to go to plug into what you guys do? Well,
just go out to the SDPAC site. We post all of our auditions there. We also, you can follow us on Facebook at Southern Dance and Performing Arts Sylacauga. And we post all of the notices out there on that site. So as we get auditions or as you'd like to help, give us a call also at the office, 256-267-166, or I'm sorry, I was giving my home phone number.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. 256-245-1669. And then if you would like to volunteer for future shows, we can get you trained up backstage as well. You don't have to be an actor. You can be backstage, moving sets, making costumes. The costumes and the sets in this one are elaborate, and they are fabulous. We went through dress rehearsal last night, and I was so excited to see the costumes that we've been able to put on stage. They are a level above anything we've done before, and it's been fabulous.
I'm assuming, not knowing the ins and outs of how this works, that there's quite a number of hoops you have to jump through to put something like this together.
Yeah, you've got to have a great team. And I've got assistant director, Roxanne Parrish, who has stepped in and been there to kind of work with different groups along the way. I've got a stage manager, Chris Thylacker, who I can turn everything over to, and he will run with it and do fabulously. Our set builder, Rob Blanchard, our costumers, Delora Rayfield, and then she had Leah Blanchard, and my mind just went blank, and Dana Thylacker.
Do you have to do contracts and stuff with people that are outside of this that have the rights to some of this stuff?
Yeah, we have to buy the license, and so we pay per show, and we pay for the overall license. We pay for the tracks that we use, the musical tracks that we use. We pay to rent those as well. And then there are costs to bring in the lights and the tech that we use for these shows, because they're more than any of our venues around here have. You've got to put mics on a lot of people for the show.
But you try to do as much local as you can.
We are. And we do everything we can right here in town. Everybody who works on the production is volunteer. All the actors are unpaid. They're volunteer as well. And because we love it. We're truly amateurs. I mean, amateur meaning you love what you do.
What drives you, Patrick?
I love what I do. I come in here and I get to teach theater. I get to teach people how to act and be on stage, become a new character, and delight an audience. And that is what it's all about, making the audience just have this emotional ride where we really do go into a new land and a new place, and help them use their imagination and come along with us into the land of Oz.
It's really unusual a town of our size has quality like this.
It is amazing, because there are towns that are much bigger than us that can't draw the amount of talent that we get going into one of our shows. So
All
we're
right,
really
let's talk
excited.
about it. Starts tomorrow night.
Starts tomorrow night, Friday, 7 o'clock at B.B. Comer High School Auditorium. Go get your tickets, sdpac.net, sdpac.net, or call 256-245-1669.
J. Patrick McDonald, our guest this morning. More Daybreak just ahead. Don't go away.